Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to review some holiday gift sets from Sephora and Ulta and see which one is really worth the money and which one is really worth buying or not. So here I'm at the Sephora website. The first thing that strikes me is the watermelon set, and I know I got the one from last year, so I can go ahead and compare it with that. Then I already reviewed the Tatcha set for you guys, and so on the Ulta website, I want to pick up the Frida Kahlo. It looks like it has a lot of good reviews and it seems reasonably priced. Now on the Sephora website, I want to pick up the Milk makeup set because this YouTuber has been saying it's really good for people who'd like to travel. So I want to go ahead and review that today as well to see if it's actually worth it or not. So I went ahead and bought the Milk makeup MVP set, and right off the bat, I'm noticing that the products are much smaller than the previous Milk makeup travel size that I used to have from previous years. It comes with 7 products. It's a set containing all their best-selling primers, their mascara minis. Apparently the mascara is the most popular item on this whole set, and a lot of people have been saying it's not clumpy. I tried this on, and yes, it's not clumpy, but honestly it's not better than any drugstore product out there, so I don't think it's that great. Then I'm trying the primer right now, and the primer is like super sticky, so I'm not a big fan of it. This is probably the only product that I like, which is that this oil blush cheek stain. The highlighter, I found it to be too glittery, and the bronzer, I find that once you swipe it on, and like let's say if you have foundation or anything, it'll either come off with a swipe, or it just doesn't look like the right tone of bronzer for skin. I like my bronzers to be more cool tone and less orangey. And then they have this cooling water, and this cooling water is supposedly good for people who have dry skin, and I've read in the reviews not a lot of people were happy with it. And then you have this highlighter. Now this highlighter, you are getting a little bit more product than you would have in previous years, but I find it to be a little bit too much on the glittery side. I don't like to have glitter in my highlighter anymore with so many highlighters on the market. I feel like you could get something better for your money. And this other one is just like a watermelon infused glow stick, and again I just find that these products are a little bit too gimmicky and a little bit hard to use. Now I don't know what some reviewers are talking about with this on being on travel. I don't want to have to deal with these lids and things falling off, because you have 2 lids inside. You have one to cover. Now I get that you don't have to use the second lid once you're starting to use it, but they do tend to melt in your hand if you hold it too hard. So I would say probably the only product in there that I kind of actually like was this cheek stain, because it has a nice shimmer to it without being super glittery, and this by itself is like $15. So instead of spending I believe it was close to $40 for this whole set, 38 plus tax, for the MVP set, I think it's better to just buy this one product by itself. Now I have the ones from last year's, if you guys wanted to compare and see what it looks like. The years before, the product was bulkier and bigger, and you would actually get way less product. Like look at how much cooling water they would give you in the past, and now with the packaging being smaller, you're getting way more product. So if this is your thing and you like it, then by all means. But for me, the cooling water didn't do anything much, and I find it a little bit more gimmicky, and a lot of reviewers have said the same. Also, the old highlighter that I had actually performed a lot better without that much glitter that the new 2019 one has glitter. So another product that I'm probably going to keep from the past is my old highlighter, even though I have a ton of highlighter. So my final thoughts on this set are, don't get it unless you know the person you're getting as a gift for really likes gimmicky stuff. So one of my subscribers, her name is Lisa, asked me to review something whimsical, and I went into the store and I was looking for something that is usually not something I would pick up, and so I picked up the Persona 2 palette. This eyeshadow palette really surprised me when I bought it. It was like $42, and the colors were super pigmented. It's not like Urban Decay or Too Faced or Tarte or a brand that I would normally even like look at, But when I swatched this in the store, I immediately knew that I had to get it because it's almost like a dupe of the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette, almost, because you have those nice fall colors and everything except for those white, like champagne colors, everything else showed up beautifully on my skin, and the colors were super pigmented, and it's like half the price of a Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. So if you're looking for like fall colors or like gold and warms, that's the palette for you. So next product is what I've been talking about, and it's the Frida Kahlo's Ulta Beauty collaboration. This is also not something I would normally buy, but because so many of you guys have been requesting to do more affordable makeup reviews, I picked this up, and I'm actually pretty surprised by how good the quality is, even in comparison to the Persona palette, which I have already swatched below. You can see these colors are bright, they're pretty pigmented, you have nice metallics in there, you have beautiful fall colors in there, and I think it's all around a great deal because this is actually $30 for this whole set, and whereas the Persona, which we just looked at, was like about $42, and it's even a better deal. Now it's not ColourPop. Now ColourPop you probably get a lot more metallics and like pressed glitter, but I'm actually really happy that I picked this up to review because I think it's a very good price wise, and the swatches turned out pretty good because I don't usually prime my hands or anything, and I think they're even better if you prime your lids and really take the time to prep them. Also, it comes with this sponge transition product that basically what it is it lets you use it between shades, so you're not like mixing the shades together. Now it does say on the back that it's something that works with a brush very well, but I just wanted to quickly see and demo using it with a finger swatch to see if I just go between different shades using my finger, if the color is going to transfer over to other colors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with between dark colors and lighter colors and see if the color actually transfers over this while I'm using this sponge tool. And I'm actually pretty surprised because it doesn't transfer at all. So I'm actually really pleased that they've just included that in there. Now, is it bulky? Yes, but I think it's definitely worth it, and actually kind of reminds me of what Sephora Moschino had for their laptop collection. I reviewed that for you guys about 6 or 8 months ago, and they also had that little part where you can just use like the sponge to transfer between different colors. So all around, I am very pleased with this, and I was expecting, because it's an Ulta collaboration, to not be that good, but it's very good. So next product on the list that I want to review is the Sephora Watermelon Glow Recipe Set. Now this is another recommended one for the holidays to gift, and I just wanted to review that real quick for you guys because I bought the one from last year, and I got it at a good deal towards the end when they were like about 20% off. But I'm noticing that even though I didn't use it, they discolor pretty fast. Like, I'm gonna put them right next to each other. I mean, last year's came with a watermelon mask, and it came with I believe a 30 ml size glow recipe mask, and this year the middle product is a little bit bigger, and also it includes a cleanser. So for that alone, they've raised the price again by up to $46, whereas like last year, I believe with the discount and everything, you were paying about $24, so it's like double the price. Product itself doesn't do anything for me because it's better for people with oily skin, and it actually is nice for them because it's not super heavy as far as the texture, and if they put it on before sleeping, and then it doesn't transfer onto the pillow to go back onto their face and cause all kinds of breakouts. But for the most part, I've seen a lot of negative reviews associated with this set as well, because of people that didn't see differences. Now, comparing it with last year, you can see how much smaller the set last year was, and look at how discolored it got within less than a year. I mean, come on, this is like white now, and the one that I just bought is pink. So if you're buying it from a third-party seller, if you're buying it from Amazon, if you're buying it, or if you're getting it as a gift from someone, make sure to notice the color. The discoloration is not quite as visible with the actual sleeping mask, but definitely for the other product, it definitely got discolored. And look at the cleanser. The cleanser for me, like it's like any other cleanser. It has like a very soft feel. It takes a few pumps for it to come out first, and it's very sheer like most cleansers are, and it doesn't seem very harmful. But overall, of all the sets that I reviewed today, my favorite was probably the Ulta Beauty Kales and then the Persona because of the price. So if you're considering buying it as a gift, I think it's a good idea, especially near Black Friday when they're going to have their extra deals going on, hopefully. So as always, let me know what you thought in the comment section below. What do you want me to review next? And don't forget to subscribe to be entered into monthly giveaways. As always, this month I'm doing Natasha Denona at the end of this month, and then next month hopefully we'll have that Pat McGrath palette for you guys. And thanks again, and I will see you guys next time.